Hey guys, how's everybody doing? I know it's been a while since I posted, but I've had some stuff going on, and I'll get into that probably in a future video, but some medical issues that have to be taken care of. So, I wanted to do something that's going to get everybody kind of, I don't know, thinking, probably make everybody mad. Sounded exciting. But I was talking to a friend the other day, and she made a good point. She was talking about how if you live in America, doesn't matter, and she doesn't like Trump at all, but she said, you know what, I'm an American. He's who was elected, and he's my president. If you're an American, he is your president. You know, lots of people didn't like Obama, and were all up in arms, oh, he's not my president. No, he was. Just like any other president who was elected into office and served his term, he was our president. Regardless if they were a good president, a bad president, a neutral president, if you're an American, whoever is voted president is your president. It doesn't matter, you know, if, like them or not, if they do good things or bad things. You may not have voted for them, but that doesn't make them any less your president. I mean, the person you voted for isn't your president, because they're not president. When everything goes down into the books, the one who was elected will go down as the president. With all the good and bad and ugly and whatever they do, they'll be president. And we don't have to like it, and we have every right to say, hey, I don't like this. I don't like the way he's doing things. I don't like whatever it is. But that's because we're Americans, and we have that right. You know, and I think a lot of the problem is, you know, we put too many labels on things, you know. Oh, well, you're a Democrat, you're a Republican, you're a Libertarian, you're an Independent. There's too many labels: black, white, Chinese, Mexican, whatever. You know, why? You know, the only labels, as far as, you know, color shouldn't matter. Heritage, that shouldn't matter. Are you a citizen of the United States of America? You're an American. Are you a citizen of Africa? You're African. Are you a citizen of China? You're Chinese. Whatever. I mean, heritage matters, and that's not what I mean. But if you're an American citizen, you're an American, and you should support your fellow Americans. Shouldn't matter, oh, well, I want to help this person because they're the same as me. That's not how it should work. We're all the same because we're Americans. And we shouldn't judge people like that, because you miss out on knowing a lot of good people just because you're looking at somebody's skin color or somebody's religious background or whatever it may be. And it's not fair. But again, as Americans, we have that right. You know, and if you're here in America and you don't want to be here, I'm sorry. I really am. I wish there was some way you could go to wherever it is you want to be, because nobody should be stuck where they don't want to be. And if you're not proud to be an American, you may not be proud of the things, some things that have happened, but in general, we have a lot to be proud of as Americans. We're one of the freest countries in the world, and we have a lot to be thankful for when it comes to that. We have the freedom to say almost anything we want. You know, you can't hate on people as far as, you know, I know it's come up as a big thing. Oh, well, a lot of people saying they hope that President Trump, something happens to him. You can't say that. That's not right. That's our president. You know, You shouldn't say that about anybody. I mean, if you don't like them, just don't say anything about them. You know, it's sad that there's so much hate. And if we all stood together, so much more could be done. You know, everybody's up in arms. Oh, well, they're taking these statues down. Okay, yeah. That may mean something to some people, you know, as far as good or bad, because I know some people look at it, oh, that's my heritage. Some people look at it, you know, this was repression, this was hate. And I understand. I can see both sides after having talked it out. But in the end, what is a statue? It's just a statue. That's not the history. That's not, you know, wiping out what somebody's proud of, or wiping out what somebody's, you know, thinks that the hate that stands for. That doesn't wipe that out. You know, white supremacists are going to be white supremacists whether those statues are there or not. Unfortunately, that made them feel like they had something to get up in arms over. And it's sad. I mean, I had family back in the day who fought on both sides. So I can say, well, I have heritage on both sides. And at first I was a little agitated that, you know, why take the statues down? Because it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change history. It doesn't make the wrongs right, you know, and that's a part of my heritage. And then I thought, what does it really matter? That still happened. I still know it happened. They still teach it in history class. The heritage is still there regardless of if you tear it down or whatever. That heritage, those things still happened. And you can't, just by tearing down a statue, delete all that. And the sad thing is that kind of, I don't know, takes down the reminder of where we've come from and how far we've come. That we don't want to go back to that. But then again, as long as we're still teaching it historically, we'll remember, hey, we need to still learn from this. Because while not in the same way, obviously that kind of thing is still happening today as far as, you know, people thinking they're better than other people just because of, you know, their race or religion or what have you. We're all humans. We all have hearts, brains, blood. Just, and it comes back to what I always say is just love each other. You know, if you're a Christian, then, you know, you believe God is love. And if God is love and we are supposed to bring His love to this world, how are you going to hate someone? How can you hate someone like that and want them dead and claim you're a Christian? That seems counterproductive. You know, above all, the greatest is love. And I think that even if you're not Christian, you know, that's something that is good to remember is what negative comes from love. And then what negative comes from hate. Love is good, hate is bad. It's as simple as that. You know, and it's hard. We all do it. It's a struggle. We all judge. Oh, you know, that teenager looks like he's up to no good. Whether he's black, white, Hispanic, whatever. I know I've looked at a kid walking down the street at 10, 11 o'clock at night and thinking, oh, there's no way he's up to anything good. And it doesn't matter what they look like. If they're out walking the street and they're a teenager, I think they're up to no good. And that's not fair, because they could be walking home from their job. They could be walking home from church. Whatever it is. They could have gone to a party and realized that there were drugs and alcohol and decided that wasn't for them, and they're just getting out of a bad situation. But yet it's so natural to just judge based on what you see. And, you know, everybody would be so much better off if we just say, hey, you know, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt until you give me a reason to not trust you. Until then, I'm just going to kind of watch and see what you do, and if I can help you, I will. And, you know, you don't necessarily have to trust the person. Just give them a fair chance. We all had to start somewhere. We've all had rough moments in life where we've been judged or ridiculed or whatever it was. But guys, there's so much more to this life. So much better that could be if we'd all just stop judging and hating and just, it's cliche, but get along. It's tough. It really is. And if somebody's been hurt, in particular, by one particular race or one particular religion, I can understand how that would be hard to trust. So I can see being leery and protective. But you can't hate everyone because of what one person or one group of people have done. I would have missed out on knowing some fantastic people if I were to judge one group of people by what some members of that group have done. It's just, it's hard, and I get that. And trust doesn't come easy, and it really shouldn't. You know, you're not going to just say, oh, hey, I don't really know you. You're saying you're homeless. Come stay in my home with my children. You know, I'm not saying that. But if you see somebody who is trying to cross the street and they have their hands full, to help them to their car, how hard is that? How hard is it? Or, you know, there's so many different things that, you know, I have someone I know who was in the grocery store, and the lady in front of her didn't have, you know, enough to cover some basic necessities, you know, milk, bread, eggs. And so she just stepped up and swiped her own card and said, there you go. You know, it was, whether it's for selfish reasons or not, you know, she did that, and it helped somebody out. And I'm not saying go and give away all your money, because that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But it doesn't hurt to help where you can, whether that's financially, by giving someone some extra clothes you don't need or some extra food you don't need, whatever it may be. If you have it to give, I'm sure at some point in time somebody has helped you in some way. And just spread the love. And that's the biggest thing, is just spread love. Don't spread hate. Don't spread negativity. Because it comes back to you. It really does. You know, if you treat people badly, they're going to treat you badly too. You know, it doesn't hurt to just look at somebody who looks like they've had a bad day and say, you know, just smile at them maybe. Or, You know, say, I hope your day gets better. Whatever it may be. And a lot of times you'll see that person smiling, at least for that moment in time. You've made a difference. You've made things better for that person. And it helps. I can't even remember how many times when I was waitressing and somebody just gave me a gentle smile, and it really made a difference to me. You know, somebody saying, hey, you look like you're having a rough day. I really hope it gets better. And it's just something as simple as that. You know, putting their hand on my shoulder and saying, you know, it'll be all right. Without even knowing what's going on. Just, it's amazing what that can do. Or looking at somebody and saying, hey, I like your shirt or your dress, or I like the way you style your hair, or your eyeliner is really, really on point. Whatever it may be. Something so simple. If you can just do that for one person you don't know every day, it'll spread like wildfire. Because they'll realize, oh hey, that made me feel pretty good. The cashier that I'm getting my groceries through her line looks like she's having a horrible day, you know. Maybe I could just say, you know, chin up, hope, you know, things will get better, you know. If you're Christian, God bless you, or have a blessed day, you know, whatever it may be, can change a person's outlook, at least for a moment. If not, show somebody that, hey, somebody out there really cares. They don't even know me, but they cared enough to say, you know, it'll be okay. And that could alter someone's path. Somebody could just be like, just show me that one person cares. Because if nobody cares, why should I live? And then just to see that that one person could be you, cares, could save their life. It doesn't take a lot. It doesn't take going out of your way, even if it's somebody on Facebook that you just know as an acquaintance. If they're saying they're having a rough time, even just talking to them over Facebook for a moment can help. So be good, guys, and until next time, keep loving each other. Bye.